Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today I want to talk about the DLC1 trailer we got for World War II. A lot of controversial stuff. This Call of Duty this year has been very controversial, it seems like, at least to me. And I want to talk about exactly this DLC and what people are talking about, and kind of just have an open conversation. First of all, it is December 19th when this trailer was released, and this DLC is for January 30th. We are like 40 days away from that time, which is really weird. I don't know Sledgehammer's goal for this. I don't know their reasoning behind this. Is it to get people excited to play? Is it to get people to see that, yes, more content is coming, because I feel like there's not enough content in the game? I'm not entirely sure. It's just weird to me. And it's before Christmas, so you don't even have the Christmas noobs getting excited. Or maybe that's why they are excited. They're trying to upsell the season pass before the Christmas noobs get the game. But ultimately, it's just a weird time. But moving past the time, what's even weirder than when they're releasing the trailer, it's what's within the DLC pack itself people seem to have a huge issue with. Now, there's really nothing wrong with the DLC pack in theory. We are getting 4 multiplayer maps and a new zombies map. That is what we've gotten for the past couple years, and that is the bare standard. Now, the problem is, the trouble people are having is that one of those 4 multiplayer maps is a war-specific map, and then the other one of those 4 maps is a remade map. So that means there's only 2 maps that are standard modes, I'll say. Team Deathmatch, Domination, Kill Confirmed, Free For all of those game modes. Only 2 of these 4 multiplayer maps are going to be new experiences for the people who don't play War. Now, that's neither here nor there. That's kind of what the community is being in an outrage about. Personally, I feel like I'm like the only happy one in the room. I love War. I'm excited for a whole new operation. I am getting tired of these 3 operations, but I'm ultimately enjoying War. I'm excited for the next War map, and I'm excited for the Resistance remake, because in Modern Warfare 3, Resistance was a very decent map. In Infinite Warfare, it was a very decent map, and I think I personally have a much different view on remakes than a lot of the community seems to have. But I'll save that towards the later part of this video. But I want to talk about the 2 new maps for the standard game modes, because no matter how you look at it, that is a valid complaint to have. If I am a multiplayer guy, and I'm not too keen on War, because War is really, you love it or you hate it, it's a very different game mode. If you don't like War, and you're not a fan of remade maps, then you are only getting 2 maps with your $50 season pass each DLC, or your $15 DLC1 little bundle. And that's very frustrating, because let's not lie here. While yes, the war maps do sort of count, like I said before the game was released, the war maps sort of count as extra content in the multiplayer side, there is only 10 standard mode maps in World War II. One of them, Carrington, is a pre-order, well, not a pre-order bonus, it's a season pass. So after DLC 1 is released, there will be 13 standard game mode specific maps, and 11 of those being original to World War II. That is shy for a game being released. Now, I understand both sides. That is obviously frustrating, and it is very frustrating. There is a lot of fatigue in playing the same maps over and over again. I dislike 3 maps in World War II. 3 maps is not a lot of maps when talking about just the number 3. But if I don't like 3 maps, that means I only have 7 maps to play, which can get very fatiguing and repetitive, especially if you don't like War. So when that type of person hears that they're getting a DLC with only 3 standard game mode specific maps, one of them being a remake, they only have 2 new ones, and let's be honest, there's a good probability that not everybody is going to like those 2 maps. What if one of them is bad? Then, there's so much frustration to be had with this setup. There are two routes that we can go here to solve this issue, in my opinion. I guess there's three ways of going about it, but that third way of going about it is just ignoring it, which I think they're going to do. But here are two solutions that I have for you, Sledgehammer, in order to hopefully help your reputation with the community about these DLC packs. Solution number one: no more remakes. You know, I get it, remakes are fun. I personally like remakes because playing Dome in Modern Warfare 3 is much different than playing Dome in Call of Duty Ghosts. When I'm playing a remade map, I enjoy it because I know Resistance from Modern Warfare 3 is completely different than Resistance in Infinite Warfare, and it's going to be completely different here in World War II. However, people may not like that, so putting in a completely new map, having three completely original maps, is going to be beneficial because that's always what we've gotten. We've always gotten three original standard game mode maps and one remake. So if you take away the remake and replace it, in quotes there, replace it with the war game mode operation, I think that would be a well-deserved middle ground. I think that would make everybody pretty much happy. You would still kind of get the backlash because technically they got four and one of them was remake, but you know, yada yada yada. That would be, in my eyes, a decent middle ground. I think that is the most probable solution. I think that's the best way of going about it. I think that is Sledgehammer's best bet. However, solution number two that I have is kind of more focused on the players, the consumers, and this would be to either keep the remakes, you know, do whatever, but simply add a fourth multiplayer map. So you will still have your three completely original maps, the remade map, and of course that would bring up your war operation. That would be technically 5 multiplayer maps, but one of them being the war operation, and then your zombies map, of course. This, in my eyes, would be ideal because nobody loses any content, because what the multiplayer people, what we've been used to for so long, you know, 4 maps, 3 original, 1 remake, that's still there. The war people, they get their extra war map operation, and the zombies get their zombies map, of course. That would be the consumers, the gamers, the players. That would be our dream. However, I seem to understand that making a map takes a lot more time and a lot more dedication than a lot of other YouTubers and people in the community seem to think. Even remakes. Remakes take a lot of work. It's new textures, it's a new engine, all that sort of good stuff. I get that they take a lot of effort. That's why I presented the previous solution, you know, get rid of the remakes and just have your own original maps. But honestly, those are the two best solutions that I see coming from this. Either X out the remakes. As much as I do enjoy the remakes, I think I would even prefer a completely new original map that I may love more or less than a remake. At the end of the day, unfortunately, it seems like the community is super upset. There are really high emotions in the gaming community, especially when it comes to games with microtransactions in them and loot boxes and all that sort of bad stuff. And then you're adding DLC on top of that. It feels like we're being cheaped out of our money. All of that is really emotional, and I think you gotta play it safe. Either get rid of the remakes and just make your own original content, or just give us bonus maps, give us more maps, because the problem is a lack of original content. This is a great game, we just want more of it. And that's just my thoughts. Tell me your guys' thoughts in the comments section below. I know Barcrest, you said you aren't gonna buy the season pass because of this, or the DLC because of that, and that is completely understandable. Speak with your wallet and continue to make YouTube videos, make Reddit posts, tweet Michael Condrey as nicely as you possibly can on Twitter to let them know that this is not something that you are ready to pay for. This is not something that you value enough to spend the money to get the season pass for. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Till the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning. I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.